Hi friends. Hello. Oh, I got Desmond and Arno up here now. Very exciting times, apparently.
How?
Hi, congrats on being first, Abidos.
How?
Hi, Spice. Congrats on being second.
How? How?
I wonder if that's getting cut off because I have that in the thing. Okay, that's fine. No, it's cut off because of that. Okay, never mind. Sorry, distracted obviously. So my food got here way faster than I was expecting, and I was able to eat it and get ready for stream just a little bit less time than I was expecting. Plus all my friends were streaming today, so I was having a good time watching everybody play new games and painting, all that stuff. So yeah, 2 cats, and they're not fighting. Don't tell anybody. They're not fighting. What? So yeah, double rainbow. That's right. Spice and I played some Stardew today, and we actually started to grow some fruit, you guys. We started to grow some strawberries. Woo! Yay! Fruit farming. Slow going though. Some days we were like 20 G's we'd get at the end of the day for the one daffodil we turned in or something. Potatoes though are coming in clutch. I 100% agree with Spice. That is going to help save us because potatoes grow all year in Stardew Valley. So yeah. Tonight we are going to maybe finish this game. I feel like we're coming up to a point that we've figured out. We've talked to all the suspects, we got motives, we've got evidence. I'm trying to remember what else that we've discovered. Putting these potatoes to work. And that was W-E-R-K. Work. Woo! Spearmint tea is ready. Work and work. That's right. Work. Potatoes. Love potatoes. Potatoes are forever, always delicious. If there's ever a day that I say I don't want a potato, you all know to put me down. Okay? There's something wrong with me. Probably something like some zombie apocalypse. Nay, congrats on being last. Spice figured out who you are, Nay. But she knows it's a secret.
Hello there.
Hello there. She was pretty close to it when she was talking to me earlier about it. And I was like, you know, you're pretty close. Power of deduction. She's a detective squirrel. That's right, so sleuthy. Wait, why would it tell me to look at this if there's nothing to look at? Oh, talk to Cassandra and Rahanan. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you know what? There's also this exclamation point. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I hate these little jingles, by the way. Could do without that. Ooh, I bet I could turn that down. Obviously, really distracted tonight. Margot, yeah, we found out last night Margot actually looked at the body because for some reason Archibald thought it was a good idea. Hello, Sky. Yes, we have been blessed with 2 desk cats tonight. That's right. Let me turn down that little noise because that's gonna, I think, drive me a little bit bananas. Oh, that's so much better. Time for Agatha. Hey, Loof. Spice has super swirling, sleuthing powers. Oh my gosh, say that 5 times fast. Spice has super squirrel sleuthing powers. Oh, look, here she is. So glad we get to talk to this lady. That is a good tongue twister for sure.
Bonjour, madame. May I offer my condolences for your loss?
Thank you, detective, but they are not necessary. What can I do for you?
Well, she does not seem upset at all.
I was hoping you would be prepared to answer some questions.
If I must. I'm sure you're aware he was not the easiest man to get along with. His hot temper made him a number of foes.
Mm-hmm.
A hot temper is reason enough to kill a man.
That doesn't sound like a question.
His mouth often acted before his brain. Perhaps someone had grown tired of dealing with it.
Does she seem sus? She seems sus, right?
Seeing as I heard Mr. Becker's in what I would describe as an unnecessarily loud exchange of words yesterday, he would be my first suspect.
You heard them yourself.
How could I not? The volume they were shouting at, I could hear them from the study in my room.
Maybe, I think that was probably the disagreement with Jackie, though. I used Bard to make this tongue twister. Sly Spice, the squirrel detective, Swifty sleuth suspects with super skills. Ooh! That's a good one!
You did not think it fitting to tell me this yesterday?
I did pretty well. It wasn't bad, though I didn't say it multiple times.
I didn't think Felix was going to wind up dead and a murderer loose in my house. My apologies, detective.
At least she called him detective. Although I must learn more of this argument, it is not Madame... It is not Madame that I expected the answers to come from, rather Monsieur Becker's. He has a great deal of explaining to do. I don't know if I believe that's who... Okay, well, we'll see.
I assume you are talking about the supposed blackmail letter.
Oui, madame. You know of it?
It arrived shortly after the first. Rather coincidental, if you ask me.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say, madame.
He no doubt had secrets hidden away. But do you honestly think Felix had anything of value to his name worth threatening him for?
Ooh.
Perhaps you should enlighten me.
Well, he was here, living in my house, eating my food, prepared by my staff. Does that answer your question, detective?
Oh, she's really not like... Does she not like him?
I wouldn't put it past him to have written it himself in the hopes of getting some sympathy from me.
And the other letters?
He probably wrote those too. If Angeline paid the first, that would have given him the money to pay the second letter. He is the White Knight, saves the day, and expects to live here happily ever after.
Interesting. She might be onto something. Did not expect Madame Van de Bosch to be so blunt with her thoughts toward the Major. I was under the impression there was more to their friendship, not less. Yeah. It is quite the nefarious plan that Madame has laid out for the Major. I'm not sure I believe he would go to such levels of deceit. I'm sure Mademoiselle Angeline has opinion of her own on the matter.
What is it you wish to know?
You two have been friends for some time now. And while I do not mean to pry, has your relationship only...
Oh, jeez.
If you are trying to insinuate that Mr. De Silva and I are running around like schoolchildren, you could not be further from the truth. He was friends with my husband, for goodness sake.
Excuse me. Thanks for the like, Logie.
Oui, I understand they worked together. Investments, if I am correct.
Ha! Yeah, I started later today, Moritz. Yeah, thank you, Abydos. I was going to say the same thing. Doesn't mean you're fooling around. It's kind of, I think, a weird way to shut things, suspicion down, you know? Come on, girlie. I know you want to sit up here without getting whapped. There you go.
Mr. De Silva was the voice of reason that my husband should have listened to more often, instead of throwing our money at businesses that were already on the verge of bankruptcy.
Merci, madame. I shall not bother you any further.
Oh, it can look at stuff? Okay.
Ah.
Don't. Arno and Aveline do not get along very often, so she had to sneak up underneath the desk to sit in my lap without Arno whapping at her. Skitty blaps. Skitty bap bap bap. It's a kind of ugly looking bust, if I have to say. So you have 3 cats at the moment? Yes, I do. 3 kitties. I also have the heater going behind me, so I know that's part of why they're all in here. Okay. Oh, wait, there's a link I could do. A link. Let's see.
This will not get me any... Another success.
Okay.
I never...
Angeline and Cassandra have different impressions of the Major. There must be a reason for this. Okay, so I gotta talk to Angeline. Have we met Rahanen? I don't think we have. Like, where the heck would I find this Rahanen? Alright, so I went around the whole room. I didn't see anyone else, so I'm assuming they're somewhere else. Oh, the phones are down. That's right. So in case something's going to happen and we're going to need to call and we can't.
Is there something I can help you with, Detective? You have got the wrong end of the stick, Detective. Maman has snapped at him recently, but it was nothing more than that. It was something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman shouted and he stormed out of the room past me.
Hmm.
Could it have been the blackmail letter that instigated their argument?
Why would Maman be upset with him over the letter?
She doesn't put it together. Oh, poor sweet Angeline.
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letters. She believes him to be the author.
That is what she told you? She has always been one to make a quick, if not rash decision, but she cannot truly believe that.
She does, though.
I don't recall telling him directly. I did not want Maman to find out it had been paid. If he knew, surely she would.
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay the second and be the hero in you and your mother's eyes.
I never knew Maman had such an imagination. Where would she get a story like that from?
It is pretty, specific.
That is a question I was hoping you may be able to answer.
You have met him. Do you really think he's capable of such a devious plan?
It is a plan only the most crooked and underhanded could create. Is that the major? I am not so sure.
The more I think on Madame's story, the more ridiculous and obscure it sounds. That does not mean it could be ruled out.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
It does certainly help tie things off. She did not seem a bit upset at all, like Angeline had described. Okay, where the heck is this person I need to talk to? No. Hello, plant. I can't go into the salon or the dining room I was just in. Can't go upstairs.
Oh.
Okay. What the heck? There should be another person around. Maybe the servants' quarters are open? Twist. No. We don't have a Ned to call, so I mean, it's your points. You can use them how you want, but I wouldn't waste it on that since we can't call Ned.
Moritz asked me, why is Nancy Drew even with Ned? The intricate web of relationships. While Nancy Drew and Ned have been a long-standing duo in the mystery-solving world, it's not always easy to understand the dynamics of love and companionship. Perhaps it's Ned's unwavering support or Nancy's knack for danger that keeps them together. Relationships, like puzzles, can be quite mysterious, and sometimes it's the enigmatic nature of love that keeps us coming back for more.
Interesting. That was a great answer, David Attenborough. Exactly. Thank you, AI.
Is there something... I cannot see the logic in this.
Repurpose it to make Will come in and say hi.
Magnifique.
I wonder if the blackmail had a greater effect on the relationship than expected. I can add one for that. I'll talk to Will to see what he thinks, though. Just to be sure. What do you hear? Arno hears something outside. Where is this lady?
Is there something I can help you with, detective? I'm afraid it had been that way for some time. Maman is not forthcoming with her emotions, as I'm sure you are aware. But
Yes.
I could tell she had not been happy with their arrangement for the last few months.
What gave you that impression?
There was not one particular thing that she expressed, it was just the way she spoke to him and of him when he wasn't present.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I don't remember if I tried the pantry. Did I try the pantry? Yeah, I did. Maybe I need to tell Archibald to where is this person?
Whatever you need, detective.
Your assistance has been most valuable as always.
Ooh, someone got you good, Bubba.
If it will help you.
Merci.
Okay, so there's a person I'm supposed to talk to. I have yet to find. I don't think I've met them. I don't see them in the areas that I can go to. This outfit is so ridiculous. Like, where the heck would this person be hiding? Ugh. There's a person supposed to be around. I'm gonna have to look it up, I think, because it's just not happening. Where is this person that I'm supposed to talk to? Am I spelling her name wrong? No? Okay. What chapter are we on? Chapter 5. Oh, okay. But where am I gonna find the Rahanan? Oh my gosh, this is an awful walkthrough. Come on. You can find on the first floor, but I can't go upstairs. I need to ask, does Attenborough AI respond to statements or just questions? I don't know. That's a great question.
Ah.
Moritz asked me, say something interesting about penguins. Ah, penguins, the dapper creatures of the icy realm. Did you know that penguins have a unique way of finding their lifelong mate? They engage in a series of complex courtship rituals like bowing, preening and vocalizing to attract a potential partner. Once they find their perfect match, they stay together through thick and thin, just like a good mystery-solving duo. A true testament to the power of love in the animal kingdom.
That's awesome. It actually worked, I guess. Like, you don't have to have full sentences. Christie. I cannot find this freaking character.
Aha.
Ugh. I can't find it. It's the lack of music in this game when you're on your way to work with headphones. Yeah, it's not the best music. I'm gonna have to agree with that. It's like 2 different songs. That's it. I feel like...
Huh.
But it does, because I'm pretty sure she's upstairs. Uh-oh, there might be a bug. Oh my god. You guys, did you know that there's a kitchen entry in here? Because I didn't. Go to the dining room, walk past Cassandra, bottom right, there's an entrance to the kitchen. The heck? That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's so ridiculous. Right? But like, I walked around, y'all saw. Cook has obviously used them for quite some time, judging by condition. Hey, Rhiannon.
Bonjour, madame. You must be the wonderful cook.
Wonderful and modest, sir. I am.
My taste buds thank you for the ravishing meal last night. It has been some time since I ate so well.
Glad to hear it, sir.
S'il te plaît, madame. A detective is fine.
In that case, mademoiselle is fine for me, and I will ignore your presumption of marriage.
Oh. Excuse us.
Très bon, mademoiselle.
Meet all the characters in the game! Yay!
That's right. I've seen staff come and go, but a house always needs a trustworthy cook.
I agree. But if I was to eat what you prepare every day, I fear I may be the size of La Maison.
Not a bad thing, detective. You could do with some meat on your bones.
Well, with the snow still not clearing, we may be stuck here for the weekend. Perhaps I should look to adjust my pantalon buttons.
You'll be fine, dude.
I did. Monsieur Archie told me what had happened. Bruises can swell fast, so I took him some ice to bring it down.
Monsieur Sterling told me that it was the Major that requested the ice.
How was the Major when you saw him?
Grumpy, as always.
I suppose one would not take kindly to being punched as he was.
Punched or not, he was as ungrateful as ever.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I've gathered all I need from Madame Van de Bosch and Rohan, I should return to the Great Hall. Awesome! Will be able to assist me in getting access to the study. Oh, great. Okay, so we're gonna go talk to Archibald. Oh, Archibald.
Whatever you need, detective. Certainly.
All right, going back to the study. Uh-oh. Room is still a crime scene and should have remained untouched, but it looks as though it's been ransacked. It sure does. Looks like the safe might have been opened. Requested Monsieur Sterling to have the body wrapped and moved, which he has done, thankfully. What else has gone on in here? Yeah, the safe's open. Obviously, someone was looking for something in particular in the Major's documents. These accounts have been thoroughly rifled through. The Major has recently taken a large loan, and the interest rate is astronomical. Address the aid to the Major with no return address. Look at this photograph! I must admit, side by side, there is a striking resemblance between something. Perhaps such flattery is the way to win over Madame Van der Bosch. It looks like it's torn. The Viscount was also present in the picture, but it's been folded out. I did not think there was any hostility between the Major and the Viscount. How strange. Could not access this yesterday, and now it's been left wide open. Scratches are obvious around the lock. Someone in the house is eager to get into the safe. Look at this graph. That's right. Half-sealed letter addressed to Madame Vanderbosch from the Major. I'm not one to read others' private mail, but under the circumstances.
Moritz asked me, what's the difference between a Viscount and a Count?
Yeah?
Ah, the world of nobility and titles. The distinction between a Viscount and a Count lies in their rank and position within the peerage system. A Count, also known as an Earl, holds a higher rank than a Viscount.
Oh.
While both titles are inherited, a Count typically has greater privileges and responsibilities, often governing a larger territory. So, in the realm of noble hierarchy, one could say that a Count reigns supreme over a Viscount. Quite the intriguing puzzle, wouldn't you agree?
Or an Earl, right? He said a Count is also an Earl. Interesting. I didn't know that. There's something new. My dearest Cassandra, it feels as though it's been ages since I have been able to set my eyes on you. A day I have waited so impatiently. I keep the photograph of us together at the lake close to my heart always. I cannot wait to see how young Angeline has grown. Her beauty will surely reach that of her mother's. I hope the gifts from the Orient reach you fine. They are really something to behold. The work has kept me away for so long is drawing to a close, and I will be returning to the continent within a month. At your request, I have found accommodation in the city. It pains me to think of being so close and yet unable to see you every moment, but if it eases your worry, I shall not continue to question it. I will arrange for a visit to the house. An old friend returning will surely raise minimal suspicion. I understand the Viscount is also currently out of the country. I hope you have not felt the strain of loneliness take over. It will not be long until we are reunited. Until that day, until the end of mine, my heart is yours. Oh, jeez. It seems there's a great deal of Madame Vanderbosch and the Major's relationship she has withheld. It's clear from the letter their affection for one another has been more than a friendship for some time. Mention of Angeline suggests it may go back as far as 20 years. Yeah. Anyone shocked by that? Raise your hand. Who's surprised? Come for the puzzles. Stay for the AI Attenbird. Yes. All right, so we got a letter that... Oh, those are the empty ones. And then a loan, which he didn't really tell us much about. Was it a loan for something particular? But no, it doesn't say. Okay. Unsent letter. How he felt for her. All right, we've got 2 links here that we've got to put together. All right, that's all the bubbles that we need to look at. Look at this photograph. I think these are connected.
Come, my little Grace Alice. I should not be surprised by my own skill.
Major paid the letter that was addressed to him. He must have worried enough that something would be released. But what? Oh, he paid his ransom. That's what the loan was for. Okay.
I must act on thought.
These are weird.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
I mean, we have to do something with this. I don't know.
Order and method. That is the way.
Whoa. Okay. That's not what I would have
The pieces
connected.
of the puzzle are finally coming together.
The hidden photos of them, along with Angeline's attachment to him, proves he cared deeply for them. Major cared about Cassandra and Angeline.
Come, my little grey cells. I must take a different approach if I am to
Oh, come
uncover...
on. He would have wanted that not to come out for... It would hurt them.
I cannot see the logic in this.
This weird web here. Okay.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
I believe the Major would do everything to remain in the comfortable life he's accustomed to, but would he stoop so low to fake a blackmail letter? I would say no.
Some would say a lucky guess.
The evidence shows the Major was not the author. Yeah, I was right. Major was victim, just like Angeline. Whoever's been penning these letters knows a great deal about many people. I wonder how many more have received similar letters. The Major is innocent. Uncertain connection between the Major and the ransom have been solved. The Major was being blackmailed. The letters were not written by his hand. What remains unsolved is why the Major was being blackmailed. The two cases of extortion under one roof, the question of their relationship must be asked. Major's secret is anything but obvious from his letter. I now have a blackmailer and a murderer and their weapon to find. If the correct process is followed, it shall be found swiftly. I should take my leave. The room has already revealed enough new insight into Madame and Major's lives.
Detective
Cassandra.
Poirot, I have been asked to inform you that Lady Vandenbosch has returned to her room, and she wishes not to be
Dang
disturbed.
it.
Merci. Madame
Aye.
certainly has mastered the art of subtlety.
They may not be the exact words she used, but I'm sure you can imagine. Excuse me, I have some further duties to attend to in the pantry.
Yeah, how convenient. I was just about to say, let's go talk to Cassandra. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to search the top floor now that no one's there to disturb me. Oh. There's one room in particular that holds interest. Making it really hard for me to see this game. Can you sit down? Please? Sir? Schmoopidoops? He'll get pets. He'll get pets. Yes. He's like, Mom. Mom. Right? And now I've annoyed him. Thanks, Avidos. Oh, goodness. I should inspect the storage room while I have a spare opportunity. Right.
Spice_squirrel asked me, why do cats like to get in the way of whatever you are doing? Ah, the curious behavior of cats. While their intentions may appear mischievous, Cats' inclination to get in the way stems from their natural instinct to explore and be involved in their surroundings. Your activities may pique their curiosity, and their desire for attention could lead them to help or simply seek your company. It's their way of saying, "I'm here, involve me in your endeavors."
That's cute.
Oh.
I mean, he just woke up, so he was like still sleepy faced. So baby, I could see that. Stars is truly one of life's simple pleasures. Let's see, where is this storage room? To the storeroom. Look, I found it. Children's toys? A collection of children's toys, such as shame to see them stored away and not being enjoyed. Considering that they have been kept in a storage room, they are all in almost perfect condition. My immediate assumption would be they belong to Angeline. Cause he's a cutie patootie? Oh. Yeah, there's a good chance.
Aha.
Book. So much that we're getting out of this storage room here. A lone storybook rests here. It's obvious it's been it's been read a great number of times, judging by the condition of spine and pages. Click. Hello. I'm perhaps not the target demographic, but I understand it's quite popular amongst the younger audience. To the real lady of the house, happy birthday. Watching you grow into a proper young lady has been more than words can describe. Oh, I would not expect to find such a heartfelt message written by the Major. And to Angeline, is this the usual inscription you would find from a family friend? Maybe. Maybe not. No one needs a grandfather clock. Well, there's more than one in the house, but ooh, what a really cool idea to have a secret tunnel in a grandfather clock. I love that idea. Cannot seem to get a straight answer from anyone regarding the Major. I know he has been friends with the Madame Vanderbosch for years, but I must find out if there's anything more. Oh. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. I probably skipped a line, but I don't care. I've already looked at all of these. Oh, wait. Isn't that... a secret passage in a grandfather clock? On a DS game. I don't know. I've never played them.
Order and method.
I don't think there was one in the ones that I've played. We've done a lot of puzzles with the face of a clock. I don't think there was one we had stepped into.
I must act on thought. Is there something I am...
Probably.
Look at this photograph every time I do.
What a
it
revelation.
Makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what the hell is on Joey's head?
Oh, what? Who was Why doesn't it tell me in like Oh my gosh, I think that was Spice. I bet that was Spice. On Joey's head, was it supposed to be from Friends? It was Spice. You're cool. It was the cage? What? Hidden staircase. Secret of the old clock. Every memory of looking out the back door. I had a photo album spread out on bedroom floor. It's hard to say. Time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye. Thank you, Spice. Oh my gosh. So I saw recently a Paramount ad that they'll be running for the Super Bowl, and Creed's in it. It's really funny. Actually, it's been a while since Super Bowl commercial has made me laugh like that. But if you have a chance to look it up, it's got Arnold in it, like Hey Arnold, Patrick Stewart, Creed. Yeah. Look at this. That's what Spice said earlier, Sky. Look at this graph. It seems the Majors lived comfortably in the Vanderbosch house for many years. Yes, we knew this. Like, that's not a revelation, really. Major depends on Cassandra's accommodation. Talk to Angeline. Oh, I've got cat hair in my eyelash. Let's make sure there's nothing else that I need to look at. Major's bedroom. Oh, okay. Yeah, Cassandra's room's right next to the Major's. Oh. I don't know if I said this, but I finally got in for another hair appointment. Get my roots and stuff done. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Purple hair. Oh my gosh, my nose is not cooperating. Art collection, yes. Okay. Let's just keep looking at them. I don't know what these have to do with anything, but obviously last time it was important to look at. Painting of a boat sailing across a vast ocean. The artist is clearly very talented. Didn't we just see one of those in the storage room?
Oh.
Atmospheric forest scene. Artist captures the ambiance of the forest perfectly.
Huh.
Majestic mountain, the tip of which pierces the clouds above. The attention to detail is fantastic. Admire all the paintings in the main hall. Oh, cool. I got an achievement. Oh, goodness. Let me go back to the storage room real quick. Isn't that the same painting? Dude, go look at that. It's the same thing. Oh my god. He's not gonna look at it. Wait, what was on the bookcase? Oh, did I not click on that? I thought I had. Mystery novels. I would spend every waking moment reading about the adventures of characters within these books. That's all he says. Cool. Woo! Aw, Sky!
So we meet again. 10 months of puzzling and kitty cats. Hopefully we can call Ned soon.
Yes, we will get to call Ned soon. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it, Sky. I do. I really appreciate your support. Spice's game is next on the list, and it's Secrets Can Kill. So we will get to play Nancy again.
Spice_squirrel asked me, what would you say to Ned Nickerson if you could call him? Ah, Ned Nickerson, the steadfast companion of Nancy Drew. If I had the chance to speak with him, I would commend his unwavering support and dedication to solving mysteries alongside Nancy.
Oh.
I might also inquire about his own adventures and how he manages to keep up with Nancy's knack for danger. A true partner in crime solving.
Wow. I thought he was going to say more. But that was it. Okay. Wasn't too opinionated. Yeah.
Detective Poirot, are you any closer to uncovering the truth of Felix's involvement with the letters?
I am, mademoiselle. I can confirm that he was not the author of the blackmail letters.
Thank you, Nate. He does always start with, ah. That's true.
So the author is still out there.
Oui, but it will not be long before they are apprehended, and the only letters they shall be penning will be from
Your confidence is rather assuring. Thank you, Detective.
Oh my gosh, so many things.
I'm sorry, Detective. I did not intend to leave your mind so full of thoughts.
No apology is required. It actually made me question my whole chain of thinking. What if there had been a collusion between them, and the Major's murder was planned, organized, and orchestrated to make the investigation seem almost impossible?
Oh my, Detective, that is quite a theory.
Yeah.
Every guest has a motive. You confirmed that with the mention of Mademoiselle Conrad and the Major's fight. Supplying one another with a rock-solid alibi would surely throw off any detective.
But not you.
Correct, mademoiselle.
Hi, Free.
It would take much more to stamp Detective Poirot.
Skylar the Cat 02 asked me, if you could be in a Nancy Drew game, which one would it be? Oh, the thrilling prospect of being immersed in the mysterious world of Nancy Drew. While I am but a humble narrator, I imagine investigating the enigmatic secrets of Nancy Drew's Secret of the Old Clock would be a delightful escapade. The allure of hidden passages, secret codes and daring exploits would certainly entice my adventurous spirit. Ah, to uncover the truth alongside Nancy herself would be a true delight.
David Attenborough chose Secret of the Old Clock? What? Yeah, Free, I'm not a big fan of it either. But there were some pretty cool secret passageways in that one. That is true. He old school like that. The one that you detest? Yeah. I was hoping that he would say Blackmore Manor. But I'm impressed that he picked an actual game. I'm sure he's referring to the book. Potentially, Abydos, I'm not sure. Hi, big boy. Hi.
I haven't seen that book in so long. Yes, it was a gift for my 10th birthday. I have read it from cover to cover countless times. He left such a lovely inscription too.
Oh, here we go. Here we
It
go.
sounds as though there is a side to the Major I did not get to see. Was it common for him to bring you gifts?
Not common, but if he had been away for some time, he would bring me a small memento from his travels. He hasn't done that in some time, though. There were. I'm afraid they may have gathered some dust being in the storage room for so long. I kept them in hope of giving them to my child when the time comes.
It sounds as though he had always cared about you.
His presence at the house was comforting for us both after father died, even if sometimes he was a little too overprotective.
So weird.
That's right. Ever since I can remember, Felix has been around.
It seems as though she has a number of support networks. The Major, her friendship with the Countess, not forgetting Monsieur da Silva.
Maman has many friends. I know how she may seem to most, but once you break the hard shell...
The chocolate shell?
There is a further shell waiting to be broken.
Oh, very good, detective.
Forgive me, mademoiselle. I only jest.
It's quite all right. You are not the only one that feels a razor tongue. She's grateful you are here, especially now, whether she shows it or not.
She doesn't. She does not. I am still yet to see this version of Madame that Angeline speaks of. I'm not sure I will get my hopes up for a budding friendship.
They have often come to blows when it concerns Maman. They are both trying to protect her, but they themselves cannot seem to get along.
She spoke of his desire to join the, how do you describe it? Social elite.
This isn't the first time she has vocalized that concern. She thinks the Major was just using our family name to make his way to the top.
And you do not agree?
I will not deny he has shown interest in Maman's social circles, but they have been friends since even before I was born. Surely all those years of friendship was not just to raise his social standing.
Angeline obviously does not believe what Comtesse has said about the Major. Perhaps it is jealousy that drives her scandalous theory.
How do you mean, detective?
I imagine a house of this size is rather costly, keeping it in the immaculate condition it is in.
Maman looks after the financial side of the house, but I think she has had to ask him more than once for a contribution of sorts. It is not for me to get involved.
I shall not keep you any longer.
I have everything I need to push Madame van der Bosch on her secrets. Ooh. We get to go actually talk to Sandra still. Alright, so we got birthday gift, previous birthdays. It doesn't explicitly say to go do this, but I'm gonna go do it. We're gonna walk into her room. Knock first, please. Oh my gosh. You just walked right in? How uncomfortable. She just stands there like this?
Detective Poirot, what do you think you are doing in here?
I have something I wish to discuss with you.
Well, I hope it is important enough to justify barging into one's bedroom.
Yeah,
I
it's kind of
assure
rude.
you it is.
Good, because this has gone on far too long.
Maybe that's why she looks so
Snowed in
annoyed.
this house while a murderer runs amok.
Amok, amok, amok.
I can understand your frustrations, but it is not as simple as...
You were once an incompetent officer, and now it seems you are just as incompetent as a detective.
If I was not being lied to and misled at every turn, perhaps the murderer would already be in custody.
I hope you are not suggesting I had something to do with Felix's murder.
You might. We don't know.
I am suggesting that if I had the support that everyone claims they are offering, we would be in a very different situation.
If you have something you want to ask, I suggest you ask me now.
If I could only choose one?
We met before Angeline was born, so he was often at the house when she was growing up.
All right, she said something not mean.
And where was it you two met?
I was attending an event. Felix was also in attendance as a serving officer. A conversation was struck.
So it was not through the Viscount that you two met?
I did not require my husband to start conversations on my behalf.
Oh, okay.
It was you that instigated it then?
My, detective. That active imagination of yours has taken you on quite some journey.
Deflect from the subject she obviously does not feel comfortable discussing.
Edwin spent much of his time away on business before Angeline was born. Felix was a welcome distraction from the loneliness of the house.
You were alone in the house?
The staff continued their duties, of course, but trying to get any sort of sophisticated or cultured conversation from them was like drawing blood from a stone.
And when Angeline was born?
Edwin remained at home. It was his duty as a father.
And the Major?
He had his own business and life to tend to, but we remained in touch via letter. Around the time of Edwin's passing, Felix had relocated to the area.
Convenient. Incredibly coy and brief with the information she offers, but the Viscount's death coinciding with the Major's return, surely a mere coincidence is too far-fetched. Are we suggesting that the Viscount was killed? What? Ah, Miss Lemon.
I'm sure he has hundreds of letters in there. Most of them could and should have been thrown away a long time ago. You are going to have to be more specific.
I refer to the letter addressed to you, the one of a romantic nature.
Romantic nature? Oh, please, detective. Felix did not have a romantic bone in his body.
He made his intentions quite clear in the letter. I must admit I myself was surprised.
You really do have quite the active imagination, detective.
It's written out. It's not imagining it.
If you wish to interpret it, so be it. But I can assure you, the Major did not think of me that way, and certainly did not include it in a letter.
Secret lovers, that's right.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
Can I look around your room? Okay, cool. That seemed interest. Oh, okay. Secret tunnel. There looks like a letters here, but oops. That played through the wrong thing, but it's fine.
Huh.
Speaking of secret tunnel, I got it.
Yes.
Oh, snap. Live action series coming soon. That's right, it is. Ooh, we have 2 links.
This will not get me any closer to
You're excited about it? Yeah, yeah. Felix is Angeline's father. Oh my gosh, Bonbon. Oh my gosh, Bonbon. Wow. That's interesting theory, Bonbon. Oh, I think everyone's just kind of burnt, I think, from the last one, though, right? Hmm.
I cannot see the logic in...
We do not speak of it.
Is there something I am not...
I swear I just did this.
Another success.
Obvious that the Major cared for Cassandra. There's no surprise to anyone. Okay, you get to go talk to Cassandra again.
I must act on thought... I must take a different approach if I am... Come, my little grey cells.
Okay.
I should not be surprised by my own...
With the Viscount gone, the Major stepped up and acted as a fatherly figure to her. Alright, let's go back and talk to Cassandra. Hey, don't mind me, I didn't knock again.
Really necessary?
Yeah.
He may have stayed in my home, but Felix was a grown man, Detective. What he kept, hidden or otherwise, has nothing to do with me.
But it does not surprise you that he had such a photograph?
We have been friends, and he has been there for Angeline for many years, but you find it strange that he keeps a reminder of us? Perhaps that says more about you, Detective.
What I do find strange is that if he did hold a flame for you, why he would never express it.
If he did, it was not reciprocated. I have not even considered another since my husband's passing.
Skylar the Cat 02 asked me, what are your thoughts on Avatar The Last Airbender? Ah, the realm of Avatar, The Last Airbender, a marvellous blend of fantasy and adventure. This captivating series ensnares viewers with its rich storytelling, vibrant characters and masterful world building. The quest of Aang and his friends to restore balance to their war-torn world is a testament to the power of friendship, courage and self-discovery. A true masterpiece that continues to enthrall audiences of all ages.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
Merci. Oh, a new link. Maybe that's why he didn't send it?
This will not get me any closer. Order and method. That
Your little teeths. You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, hello, computer. There we go.
I must act on thought. Some would say a lucky guess.
As much as she tries to deny it, Cassandra shared the Major's feeling in some capacity. Oh, we get to talk to her again. Dude.
Is this... Who I allow in my house is none of your business. I do not have to explain anything to you.
I did not think you were one for charity.
I would not expect you to think much of anything. There is no need to talk on it any further, but I'm sure you will remember that, financially speaking, we have had our issues.
I got hissed at by the cat at the party. Pat his butt too much. Oh, it's true. I have all the evidence I need to confront Madame van der Bosch. If my approach to the questions I must consider, she will no doubt be defensive when pushed. But that may be the only way she will not give up any information she does not want to easily.
He was a man that required no protection, Detective, especially from me.
That is the impression I had of him, which is why your defensive stance warrants questioning.
Your insistent questioning on such trivial matters are getting on my last nerve. There is a murderer and a blackmailer to be found. Your continued probing into something that does not exist is becoming quite tiresome.
That wasn't the right one.
There is nothing I can tell you that will magically present what you are looking for, Detective. I have...
Huh?
Madame, you continue to withhold the truth.
And you continue to get on my last nerve. I am not obliged to tell you every detail of my private life.
But when it impedes my investigation...
If only you were this focused on finding the blackmailer...
Madame.
Very well.
Oh!
I did not lie about how we met. I was attending an event, raising money for... Oh, I cannot recall now. It had been some time since I had returned home, and was rather missing English soil. I was aware of Felix's invitation, or at least that there was to be several British officers attending the party, and that is where our friendship began. He was a warm reminder of home, and I enjoyed conversing with him. We shared walks in the park and read together. As I said, he was a welcome distraction from the days spent alone. I shall go no further with the details, but I will say, I had no intention on being unfaithful to my husband. It was never our plan to go that far. Once I found out I was pregnant, I knew it had to stop.
Bon! Bon! You were right! Oh my gosh!
The Viscount never questioned Mademoiselle's birth?
In his mind, he had no reason to.
Holy cannoli!
It was my mistake to bear. If he knew the truth, our lives would have been ruined.
Wow.
I told Felix that he was to stay away, but he had no intention to. He became an uncle figure to Angeline, and they grew closer after Edwin's death. I could not tell her the truth. Too much time had passed. The secret remained only between him and I.
My God.
Until now.
Wow.
And what were the Major's thoughts on revealing the truth?
He wanted to tell her everything. He wanted her to know exactly who he was. But I told him no. It would not have been the poignant reconciliation that he expected. She would not understand.
Wow, wow, wow.
I tried to retrieve them from the safe after everyone had retired last night. But when I opened the safe, they were nowhere to be found. I assumed he must have hidden them somewhere else.
When I entered the study this morning, they were as visible as a red notice on a police station wall.
I would appreciate if you did not compare them to the face of a wanted felon.
Pardon, madame.
But that does mean someone else in the house has seen them. I don't understand. Why would they return them?
A mystery that is still yet to be solved.
Madame was beaten to the safe by another. It seems we also have a thief within the walls to add to the list of criminals, but a thief that returns their spoils.
It must be. But I have told no one.
And the Major?
Felix promised me he wouldn't tell a soul, and I believed him. What, even if he wanted to?
If the Major has slipped even once throughout the years, perhaps in an intoxicated state, it is a secret that many would seek the opportunity to gain from.
You did not think anyone knew, and that is why you disregarded the letter.
If you bow to these criminals, they will only try to claw more from you.
I think that is all for now.
The uncertain connection between the Major and the ransom has been solved. The Major was being blackmailed. The letters were not written by his hand. Rohanan, the cook, knows. Remains unsolved is why the Major was being blackmailed. 2 cases of extortion under one roof. Question of the relationship must be asked. Major's secret is anything but obvious from his letter. I now have a blackmail and murder and a weapon to find correct process. Okay, we've already said this. I should take my leave. Room has already revealed enough. But I did not expect the revelation to have his connection to Mademoiselle Angeline. I am now one of very few that holds Madame's secrets. Wow, wow, wow. Good job, Bon Bon. Okay, well now I have to go... Let's go talk to Rhiannon. Because you've been right. So, let's... Yeah, Toothless! Ezio's far from toothless. He's got little fangs. Oh, hi. Hi, bud.
Detective Poirot, how is your investigation coming?
Monsieur Starling, I must admit, I have learned much more than I was expecting to.
You'll be wrapping the case up soon, then?
No.
One has never finished learning, monsieur, and in this case, I shall need to continue if I am to find the Major's killer.
It might help to vocalize your thinking. I'm all ears.
No. Offers an interesting concept. If I was to state the current position of my investigation while holding back certain truths, the guilty parties may realize I am hot on their heels and reveal their hand.
Monsieur, Would you gather the guests and staff in the salon?
Right away, Detective. Can I ask for what reason?
I shall reveal all once everyone is together.
Oh. Finish the chapter.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Detective, what is the meaning of all this?
Madame, I ask that you all lend me your ears for only a few moments. What I have to say is
thanks
of
for stopping
great
by.
significance to everyone.
Thanks for stopping
You are
by.
all invited here to celebrate the engagement of Mademoiselle Angeline Vandenbosch and Monsieur Gédéon Demire, the coming together of two prevalent families. But the celebrations were short-lived, as Major Felix Hagen was found dead in his study by a young servant of the house. It then became my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise. My initial examination of his study exposed a number of things I did not expect to find. Things I have no desire to divulge at this time, but what I can say is this. It was no simple murder. A letter demanding ransom for a continued silence confirmed this. I am sure some, if not all of you, have heard whispers of a series of blackmails that have plagued the social elite in recent weeks. After hearing of the letters in the major study, you may ask if it was him behind the letters. You may further ask if he was preparing his next threat to another unsuspecting victim. It is a question that crossed even my mind. That was until I sought the truth. That in fact it was the Major that had fallen victim to our blackmailer Mystérieux. Last night I spoke with you all, confirmed your whereabouts in the house over the course of the evening, and while I would have expected such questioning to reveal a potential suspect, what I learned was that it could not have been one of you.
What do you mean, not one of us?
It was more than
the man
one
was
of you.
stabbed. He hardly did that to himself. There is still a killer in the house.
Pardon, monsieur, if you would allow me to finish. It could not have been only one of you. Rather a partnership, in cahoots. If you will. Conversations today have revealed facts that I was not expecting to discover. And although they may have muddied and complicated my investigation, what I must do to bring the guilty parties to justice has become clearer. Those of you that spun stories in an attempt to confuse and derail my investigation have made a grave mistake in underestimating my intelligence.
Oh?
Other detectives may fall for such deception, but I can assure you, Detective Poirot is no such fool. My investigation is far from over, and swift justice shall be dealt to those that have committed such appalling acts and have continued to mislead and lie to protect themselves. Now, I must continue mon enquête, and I shall leave you to consider that you may be beside a cold-hearted killer. Bonsoir. Monsieur Sterling, un moment.
Quite the speech, Detective.
Yeah, what?
Merci, but it was not made to entertain. More to warn the guilty parties that I am hot on their heels, no matter how clever they believe themselves to be.
Oh.
Well, if there is anything I can do.
Ooh.
Nothing. But I was so preoccupied with the Major. Sorry, Detective. Should I have?
Perhaps it was just my mind playing games again.
Maybe one of the guests got lost and wandered in.
If a guest had taken a wrong turn finding themselves in the Major's bedroom, I am sure they would not have proceeded through the next door unless they were not lost at all.
Master Hagen had a key, obviously, and Lady Vandenbosch.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the butler as well. Because we haven't really interrogated him like the others, like...
When requested, aye. if something is required from there when Master Hagen is not around.
Forgive me. If he is not around, how is it you access this safe?
It's not what you think, Detective.
What I think is that you have been trusted with a copy of the key, and you have lied to me about it.
I had a key, and it's missing. That's what he's gonna say.
I only lied because of the trouble I can get into with Lady Vandenbosch.
At this moment, monsieur, you should be more worried about the trouble you shall find yourself in with the law.
I know how it will sound.
I told you!
But I lost my key. I must have set it down somewhere, and it has been tidied away. Master Hagen asked so rarely for me to go in the safe, I didn't think it would be missed.
Told you. Story of the lost key strikes me as rather coincidental. The major safe is broken into with documents ransacked and letters involving Madame Vandenbosch's secret left out. It is a crime with no apparent purpose.
I should have said this morning. I'm sorry.
Monsieur, I am not quite sure you understand the severity of what has happened.
I am well aware, Detective. I just thought she would be able to help.
Would you allow a man with a smoking gun to remove his bullet from a victim's chest?
He is kind of aggressive, yeah.
I suppose not.
Understand that Monsieur Sterling was only trying to help, but surely he must have seen what it could do to the integrity of the investigation.
Is that really?
The murderer remains at large, and there is still no sign of the weapon. I would say that makes them essential.
Of course. I still just cannot imagine any of them being guilty of his murder.
It may be hard to imagine, but it is the truth. I would like to begin my searches now. Since it is closest, I will start with the West Wing.
I may not be back when you return. Here is the key to the other rooms. Please return it when you're done.
Merci. I shall guard it with my life.
Let's go. Let's go visit the Comtesse first. Before I can accuse anyone of a crime, I must be sure that if they're working alone or with another, this is a perfect opportunity to find evidence of collusion and look for the murder weapon. Oh, Kai. Good. Let's go. This is the West Wing, right? North, east. Right. Oh, can I not go in there? Why not?
Ah.
Okay, fine. We'll go to Margot's first. Should make myself known before entering. Yeah, at least you knocked this time.
Entrez.
Comtesse Rue, it'd be rude to not address her before searching the room. Okay.
Detective, what a pleasure. I did not expect to see you in my chambers.
Ugh.
In a purely professional capacity, I can assure you.
There is no need to act so stiff, Detective.
She was mad at us earlier. Come on.
Madame, after the revelation of your actions last night, I'm afraid my sense of humor is all but gone.
Oh, snap.
I will not apologize again for merely trying to help. Shall we get straight to it then? Let us not waste your time any further, Detective.
She has a piano in her room.
That would be Inga. She has been one of the most promising young women that has come from the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Madame Vandenbosch took in a young lady from your shelter.
There is no need to sound so surprised, Detective. She does have a heart.
I did not mean to sound so cruel. I just did not expect Madame to hire someone of that background after the incident with her previous maid, Florette.
People change, Detective. You should not judge someone on their...
Believe me.
Be careful, detective. That all...
It is your actions in this house that have been questionable, madame. Your work outside is something that many more could take note of.
We do what we can. We wouldn't be doing a very good job if I could only help one girl. I in fact found work for one of them as a maid in Monsieur da Silva's house recently.
Florette, maybe? Florette?
She has fitted into Monsieur's home well.
What is better, detective? That she remained in an abusive house, or she is able to rebuild her life with an honest wage in a prosperous house?
Oh my god, it's Florette. Her gown is pretty... Yeah, I like it too.
When put like that, is she happy in her position?
The happiest she has been in years. I check in with them all as often as possible. And if there was a problem, I would know.
Oh man, I can't wait till we find out about that being Florette. I'm gonna win on that one. I'm glad to hear more girls are building a better future for themselves, and it is with the help from Comtesse that is able to happen.
Merci.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna look around. What a joy to have music. Oh. Okay. Perhaps happy couples engagement has someone in a particularly romantic mood. Computer, come on, buddy. A pernanner.
Aha.
This looks like a box of matches.
Oh.
Every time there's a fire, he has to say that. And then the same thing about the artwork for making a grandfather clock. Yeah. Oof, come on, computer. Ooh, a package. Present for the family as a thank you?
He's just standing there, menacingly.
That's right. White blanket at country sun. Oh, Jesse, I didn't know you were in the floor, Bubs. Okay, well, not a whole lot apparently. No links yet. Oh, wait, we have another exclamation point for that? Okay. What? What? Oh, okay. I can't leave. Oh no, what am I missing? Oh, my Lanta. can't leave. Oh no. First aid kit? Oh, there it is. I totally clicked on that before and it didn't do anything.
Go ahead, detective. A compliment and now an apology. Well, detective, you certainly have changed your tune.
There was something I was still unsure of. You mentioned that your training was some years ago.
From my days as a nurse, oui.
If that is so, why would you have brought several pieces of equipment usually found in a physician's bag?
One must always be prepared, detective.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being prepared.
At an engagement celebration.
If I had not brought them, I would not have been able to assist you last night. Perhaps you should be thankful for my precaution and not so suspicious.
Had she not brought them at all, I would not have to ask such a question.
Merci.
Right? But what does that say? Oh, instruments, I see. Can I leave now? Okay, good. Yay! I've regarded Jacqueline Conrad. It is time I should question her on the conversation with the Major before searching her room.
Detective, what can I do for you?
Mademoiselle, I am sure you understand my reasoning for such intrusion.
If it's going to clear my name, be my guest.
If you wouldn't mind answering some questions, it can hopefully be cleared faster.
Like I said, he's not the man he wants everyone to think he is.
Oui, but how is it you came to that conclusion?
You don't really want me to recount every conversation I've had with him, do you?
No, just the last one.
There is one particular I had in mind.
An argument would imply it was a two-way conversation.
Oh, bub, someone's down there already.
And that is not how it was?
Here it is. I've been helping Angeline get exposure, her marriage to Gideon is big news, and his work is really paving the way for others. I saw the chance to get their names out there, and he didn't like it.
What was there not to like?
Your guess is as good as mine, detective. But if I had to, I'd say he was jealous it wasn't his name at the top of the article.
And his reason to storm off?
Oh, you know about that. Let's just say I didn't accept his pathetic attempt to get me to stop the story. If you're gonna try and pay someone off, at least make it worth their while.
Thought the Major would only be supportive of Angeline. There must be more to why he would not want her success to be known.
You've really got a fascination with that guy, huh?
Listen, everybody in this house.
I would not say fascination. An interest, perhaps.
Well, I'll save you the bother of trying to find out more about him. He's not that interesting. In fact, he's a bit of a wimp if you ask me.
That is not the impression I got of him.
That's because you've only seen the side of him he wants you to. He knows what to say in front of the right people. But behind closed doors, he's clueless.
Damn.
Let me guess. The first thing he told you was that he was a union leader. No, the voice of the people.
Yep.
A man that is proud of his work is not something to be sneered at.
Don't get me wrong, he has a way with words, and he can certainly rally a crowd. But that's about it. At the end of the day, he's a representative and nothing more. He's got to play the part, not just learn the lines.
Mademoiselle does not think particularly highly of Beckers. She's a strong, independent woman, but to use the term wimp is an unnecessary attack on his character.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
It is kind of a below-the-belt kind of thing.
Sure thing, detective. And if you change your mind on that exclusive about that shooting...
If I do change it, You shall be the first to know.
Among them, a recent journal article about the riots at Ernesto's factory. Peaceful strike turns to loss of lives as violence breaks out on front line, following the tragic events in the city that has darkened the spirits of the people and brought to a screeching halt the rising defiance of the working class. The area has been cordoned off, and police presence at the scene has increased. Factory security forces have been asked to step down, and the factory security, hey, that was the major, and the power is handed over to law enforcement. Workers laid down their tools, switched off machinery, and stood together shoulder to shoulder as the fight for fair pay and conditions raged on. What started as peaceful protests by those employed at the factories has turned into a battle of class, with support for the workers coming from all over the city. Although reports have not been confirmed, sources state that violence broke out following second wave surge of supporters. Official numbers have not been published, but it is believed that as many as 8 workers have lost their lives in the fighting. The workers' front line has been considered as representation of the people and working class of Belgium that now refuse to work in such demanding conditions for such demeaning and insufficient wage. Chief Commissioner Leroux has confirmed that the outbreak of violence and resulting civilian deaths are being investigated, and an official statement will be made in the coming days. Interesting. So that would mean the major got kicked out of his job? Right? Nothing of interest. Okay. Pocket knife. Chasing good story leads probably leads to precarious. Probably.
Huh.
Jackie has set up an office in her room. She must bring her work with her everywhere. Mr. Artig spotted leaving Velvet Tickle. What? Canberra House has been poaching off neighboring lands. Mrs. Bont found her husband in marital bed with young maidservant. Mr. Denault overheard a cackling crow speaking poorly of King Leopold. He said questionable ideas. We say doubtful, skeptical, shady. Okay.
Huh.
No new links. Gotta talk to Jackie again. Oh my gosh, my computer is... I don't know what's going on with it. I'm looking at it and it's from a CPU perspective. Is fine. We must have a couple more that we find then in the other rooms.
Go right ahead, Detective. All Felix cared about was money and filling his pockets with it. That's why he got into bed with De Silver.
The Major was not in need of money, though.
Need and want are two very different things. Did he need to move here and leech off the Madame? No, but he wanted to. As far as I know, De Silver hired him to work security. He was worried what could happen to his precious factories if things got ugly.
And your reporters were there to cover the story when it did turn that way.
My reporters go where there is news to be told.
And you predicted the violence that occurred?
Anyway.
Merci, mademoiselle.
All right. Oh, cool. We got everything in this room. Next room. Whose room is it? Oh, I actually didn't get in this room. Could have mistaken it for my own. These do not seem to be anything of interest. Oh, look at this photograph. See, it seems they used to be closer. Perhaps their recent behavior was merely a facade. Could it be possible that Gideon collaborated with Zach? Look, a clock again.
Aha.
What is that?
Oh.
I'm sure I didn't miss anything. It's kind of weird. There's no books to look at. Nothing in the drawer, the bedside table. With all the guests in the west searched, I should make my way to the guest rooms in the east of the first floor. Evidence of collusion. Oh wait, what floor am I on? There we go. I was like, I clicked for Pete's sake. Oh, hello?
Mademoiselle, we meet again.
Bonjour, Monsieur Poirot. Pardon, Détective Poirot.
Just a detective is quite all right.
Bon, can I help you with something?
Oh.
I was taking him a plate of food, but he didn't answer to my knocking.
You then entered the study.
I did. He wasn't moving. He just lay there.
I did not mean to upset you again. Seeing him there would be troubling for anyone, and I'm sure it is not a memory you wish to relive.
I suppose we're like a family. We argue, but most of the time we get along.
You must all be quite close, then.
Some more than others.
You refer to whom, mademoiselle?
Well, Maman Rihanna, she's been here the longest, and she's very close with Lizzie on account of Luke.
Oh.
Maman Ray is Luke's sister. You didn't know that?
Nope.
I thought she would have said. She talks about him all the time. It must have been awful, losing him in those riots.
Oh, that's sad.
Apparently, he was right at the front when they were charged. They didn't stand a chance. If I had been the one responsible for his death, I wouldn't want Maman Ray looking for me.
Mademoiselle Rihanna, Maman Ray, she has expressed her desire for revenge.
Every time she talks about what happened.
How is it that the knowledge of Luke's death has eluded me for so long. The death of a brother, certainly motive enough. Did not see an aggressive side of Rihanna when we spoke, but I wonder if we had if she would act on impulse for revenge if the opportunity arose.
I guess you wouldn't know anything about life on the streets.
It is not an experience I have had to face personally, but I understand that many are forced into it, and the lifestyle that comes with it.
The lifestyle of a thief, you mean?
Put rather bluntly, oui.
You are the first officer that has not taken one look at me and pulled out their handcuffs.
Oh.
Mademoiselle, I can see you have turned your life around, and I commend you on your efforts.
Without the Countess, I would probably be rotting in a cell somewhere.
Pretty judging. Obviously, alliance to Comtesse, and an understandable one at that. Okay. Come on, computer.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Ing may seem nothing more than a young innocent maid. You just had to stand up then. But there's something that she is withholding. If I'm to solve the case before me, I must learn what it is. Interesting. All right, friends, I'm going to stop here as he starts to aggressively killing himself. Wow, cat is going hard. Can I turn up the speed here?
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Y'all are goofy. All right, you guys. I will be back Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We will continue through this story. Yeah, this has been fun. Thanks for hanging out. Those of you who've hanging out at the YouTubes, hi.
I love you. Bye-bye.
I didn't notice the counter said that there was someone over there. Hope that you're having a good time.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, goodness. So yeah, y'all take care of yourselves this week. This is your weekly reminder. Thank you, Bonvine.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
This is your weekly reminder. Make sure you are registered to vote if you're in the US.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
It is that time. Please be sure to check that. And don't forget to take your vitamin D. Cool stuff. All right. Y'all have a good week. Semper Ubi Sabubi.